The Carbon Cycle
by Sally Slauson and Margaret Edmonds.
The chemical compounds involved in the carbon cycle include CO2, which is carbon dioxide, CH4, which is methane, and C6H12O6, which is glucose. The reactions involved in the cycle include photosynthesis, which converts carbon dioxide into glucose, cellular respiration, which converts glucose into carbon dioxide, decomposition, turns carbon-based organisms into methane, and combustion, which is burn fossil fuels that create carbon dioxide. Inorganic carbon reservoirs in the lithosphere include fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, oil shale, and carbonate-based rocks like limestone. Large quantities of organic carbon can be found stored in some ecosystems, like the ocean floor. Organic carbon can also be found in decaying plant and animal matter, living organisms, and burning fossil fuels that release carbon into the atmosphere.
The pathway of movement in the carbon cycle reaches the biosphere, atmosphere, ocean, and geosphere. This is a cycle, so there's no beginning or ending point, but if we start in the atmosphere in carbon dioxide, the next step is to travel through photosynthesis to reach the producers. Producers convert it into sugars and starches such as glucose, which consumers take through cellular respiration and turn back into carbon dioxide. Energy is passed down to the decomposers and all dead or decaying organisms, and the waste products will eventually become fossils and fossil fuels. Fossil fuels store carbon, which is released back into the atmosphere through the process of burning and using methane in factories and automobiles. Lastly, the ocean circulates carbon in the atmosphere. It performs and circulates photosynthesis and respiration. It also absorbs a lot of the carbon dioxide, which heats the ocean and releases 50% of the world's oxygen from its phytoplankton. The carbon cycle is Earth's ultimate form of recycling and is a delicate balance. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas and traps heat in our atmosphere. Burning more fossil fuels has created more than 30% more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere than 150 years ago. This is making the Earth become warmer. Helping to keep our environment clean by burning fewer fossil fuels will ensure this cycle keeps going for our future generations. Additional definitions in the carbon cycle. Photosynthesis. Converts carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose. Respiration. Converts glucose into carbon dioxide. Decomposition. Breaks down carbon-based life forms into methane. Combustion. Fossil fuels or methane is burned to release carbon dioxide. Deforestation. Creates an imbalance of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which leads to global warming. Calcium carbonate. Carbon dioxide meets silicate rock and settles on the ocean floor. Volcanic eruption. Heat and pressure in Earth releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.
The 10% rule means that when energy in an ecosystem is passed from one trophic level to another, only 10% of that energy will be passed on. The trophic level is the position of an organism in a food chain or energy pyramid. Specifically, this refers to the energy transfer in the food chain. Only 10% of the energy is passed on to the next level in the food chain, while the remaining 90% is used up metabolically for surviving and creating body heat.
Thank you for watching our video about the carbon cycle.